And I like your statement. I was going to say with your statement when you say when we fix marriage, we
We
fix
never
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. And where did that come about? Because I literally agree, 100% agree with that.
So it came about, most of the great things that come about because they've been given to Amy. So because I talk a lot, Sherry, so and then Amy just sums it up like that. So it was one day we
Mm,
were sitting here talking, and we were just talking about marriage and agreements and alignment and everything else. And Amy was like, "Oh, if you fix marriage, you fix everything." I'm like, "Yo, you're brilliant. You're
And it's
I
funny.
didn't
brilliant."
talk a whole hour and you just said one statement. That's it.
I'm like, "Why didn't you say that before?"
And it's become like the catchphrase of our ministry. And it's funny because he uses it more often. And if we make a video together, sometimes I forget. He's like, "You gotta say the thing."
Fix marriage, fix everything.
Or like we'll be talking, we'll be making a video, and you hear our kids in the other room. Like, when you fix the family, you fix everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
So
but
cute.
if you really think about it, Sharon, it's so true, right? Where
Yeah.
where the family was what God created first. So the government, the school, the church, all that came from the family. But
Yeah.
yet the family is looked at as last. But if I want Amy to be a better wife, well, I got to be a better husband. So
Yes.
a better spouse then creates a better family. A better family creates a better community. A better
Yeah.
community creates a better society. A better society
Mhm.
creates a better world, right?
Yeah.
It is true, but it starts in the home. That's where it starts. And guess what? The government has to bow down to that. The church
Yeah.
has to bow down to that. The school systems have to bow down to that because that's where the power is. It's not
Mm,
in the government, it's not in the school, it's not even in the church. It's in the family. That's where God gave the power to. So if
mm.
we all get back to that point where it's like, you know what? Like Joshua said, as for me and my home, we will serve the Lord. And we just
Amen.
on that, then what you realize, especially I tell husbands, I'm like, you can become pastors within your own home. You don't have to always have to depend on a sermon or something. Get in the word yourself. Both of y'all get into the word. Like y'all can create church at home. You can create a
Yeah.
system at home, a government at home, just by being obedient and following God's laws and his command, because they're
Mm.
all good things, but he wants you to start at home first. Get your home in order and then
Wow.
happen. So yeah.
As you guys were talking about that, I'm just reminded of that verse again where I think it was Paul who was giving advice to the church is that if you, I think it's like bishops or pastors, that you should be a man of one wife
One wife.
and your house has to be in order. And that's interesting that they say that that has to be in order first, because if you can't control your home or can't control your kids, how are you going to control a congregation?
And that's where a lot of people fall. When you look at our government, a lot of people fall
Mm,
because their homes aren't in order. Look at the church, a lot of people fall because their homes aren't in order. In the school system, we have teachers because their homes aren't in order, principals because their homes aren't in order. So when I thought about that and I started to read that in Titus and in Timothy, I'm like, oh, well, if I want to really pursue my purpose, God is like, okay, well, this is the first thing you got to do. Like, you have to get your home in order. And the very first home that I realized I need to get in order was right here where the Holy Spirit lives. And I'm like,
mm.
wow, I got a lot of work to do.